More. Let's talk, Dan, about where Barack Obama, the potential, I believe, likely nominee on the Democratic side is on this. He released his Iraq plan in some detail today. Here's the end of it. It calls for regional diplomacy, launching a comprehensive regional international diplomatic initiative to help achieve a political settlement in Iraq, end the civil war there, prevent a humanitarian catastrophe and regional conflict. The president should appoint a special envoy and carry out this diplomacy within 60 days. Mandates the president submit a plan to prevent the war in Iraq from becoming a wider regional conflict. In other words, pray. Pray really, really, really hard. It suggests
like a great plan.
It suggests no solution at all.
Comes out
it's
well.
like, here's my plan. You deal with it. That's not enough.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time that a presidential candidate put forward something that's unrealistic. But that's sort of the advantage of being a candidate and not the commander-in-chief, is you don't have the responsibility to put forward something that's going to work. You have to put forward something that sounds good and is appealing to primary voters. And I think that's going to be the danger in this primary process, is a lot of these guys are going to feel the pressure to appease rather than to lead. And I think Obama's big challenge is going to be, can he show leadership, to show the stature, to overcome the doubts about his experience, that he's prepared to be commander-in-chief.
Thank you for stating the obvious and puncturing my outrage with with the truth. Quickly, Dan, I want to know, the New Yorker suggests in a recent issue that Joe Lieberman might leave the Democratic Party. He was dissed by the Democrats pretty dramatically, of course, in the primary this year. But if the Democrats vote to defund in the Senate, he might just throw up his hands and leave. You think that's, you worked for him for many years, is that going to happen?
No, and I think this sort of constant speculation on the far left about this just sort of shows a bizarre obsession. He said during the campaign that he is a proud Democrat. He's going to stay in the Democratic Party. He's going to caucus with the Democratic Party. He's just concerned about the future of the Democratic Party and where some of the more extreme elements are taking it in sort of a pacifist, isolationist direction. And they don't understand the fundamental threat of radical jihadism to the American people. And I think he's making a very important point about the future of the Democratic Party.
I agree with you, but I'm not a Democrat, so I rarely say that because I can't deal with the email that would result. Some Democrats don't understand the fundamental nature of the threat from radical jihadis. I actually completely agree with that.